Are you living your life? Are you living your best life? You are watching the Lady Loving Hitman E Underground Music Review Show on WJZZ Cool TV, one of the hottest radio stations in the world. You can find us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, and all of the streaming platforms where you can find us. You can also, if you're cruising in your car, if you're on the road, you can tune into satellite radio as well. Satellite radio on your radio, WJZZ Cool TV. I am so excited. I have to introduce this amazing friend of mine, Kymani, Mr. Mani, a podcaster himself. He does so much.
I haven't earned that title yet.
You have. He said he ain't earned that title. Well, guess what? We are all about depositing and actually recreating and creating a new process, new trends. So he said he hasn't earned it yet, but we can give it to him. Can we give it to you?
Yeah, I work for it.
You work for it?
I have to earn it, though. You can't just, nothing's given for free.
Nothing's given for free?
Nothing that lasts.
You're right. You're so right about that. Nothing that lasts is given free. You know what? It seems like you really got to work a little bit harder these days because the value has gone up. What y'all think about that?
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
You think the value gone up?
It has.
It has?
Because it's so hard to find.
Okay. Hey y'all, what's up? Did you submit your music? Yes. Heart it up and like it up if you submitted your music. Heart it up and like it up. Hey, heart it up and like it up. I know y'all missed that. Hey, heart it up and like it up. Yes, I'm so excited though. It's a beautiful time in the world right now. And you know what? You got to create your own. You got to create. Oh, y'all done submitted your music. Y'all, I hope I can play all this tonight. Y'all done submitted the music. But no, it's a beautiful time in the world because when you can create your own zone and when you can be in your own element and trust the process, it is super important to be able to trust the process when you create your own world. Do you agree with that?
100%.
How, why? Why should we create our own process?
Because nobody else is.
Because
You
nobody.
can't depend on somebody else. What's for you is for you.
Right.
You know, and you just have to take the bull by the horn sometimes and just, everything is baby steps.
Yeah.
So,
Baby steps.
like you said, you have an order
Mhm.
that you have to follow, and when you're doing something on your own, nobody's going to have belief in it as much as you are.
Right.
So if you don't believe, how can somebody else believe?
I mean, it's important. Like, if you, as artists, as, businessmen, businesswomen, if you have an idea, someone's giving you something, right? Someone's giving you something. And let me put it like this. When you have been deposited within your spirit something, when the Alpha Omega is giving you something, you want to take that and run with it. You want to take that because that was for you. And when it's into you, you're excited about it because it's something that you like. But what if somebody else gives you something to do? What if somebody else say, hey, no, I want you to do this? Does it turn out to be, how do it turn out?
I don't think it's the same.
It's not the same.
Because that's what they want for you.
Right.
If it doesn't, come from within you, when you're sitting there in the shower, or you're sitting there in the middle of the night just daydreaming, if it doesn't just come to you like a light bulb, I don't think it's the same. It's not genuine when it comes from somebody else.
Yeah, I mean, because it's not yours.
No.
But like artists like you and I, because you're like one of the best rappers in the world.
No.
Yes. When you rap, I was like, wait, who just turned that on? I said, was that coming from you? Yeah, it was coming from you. But when you have that, that's yours.
Right.
And it's for you to share and enlighten the world with, and they get turned on. They're like, oh my God. It helps enlighten them. Like, it turns in, it's like, it's electricity, right?
Right.
So, the inspiration for today is be your best you. Be your best you. Don't let anybody give you what they want you to have, but you give you and exhilarate you in where you are.
And you can't let outside people stop you from being your best. And that's what happens a lot of times is when you share what was given to you and what came to you, and you're in the middle of excitement, and you're like, guess what? I'm going to do this. And people start feeding their negative. Are you sure?
Right.
And it's like, you may mean well by saying, are you sure? But that's not positive reinforcement.
Right.
Versus, I'm going to do this. Go for it. You can do it.
Exactly.
And you can't, sometimes, you know, it's better to just keep your mouth shut and not say anything. And keep
Do
it
you
to-
know how hard? You know what? Okay. So we gonna hold that. We gonna play. Okay. So now we're getting ready to play, and I want you to hold that thought. I want you to hold that thought. What was the thought? You forgot already. I didn't forget. It was you were elaborating on when someone says something about what they're getting ready to do.
Right.
They gotta hold it. So that's the thing. Hold it. All right. So we're getting ready to play "Freedom of Speech" by Black Cats. Black coats. You gonna get me, Black? Don't hit me. Don't hit me. Don't hit me. Freedom of speech.
Y'all for a minute. They said I got freedom of speech, right? They said what starts at the top eventually's gonna trickle, so I'm yelling out justice for Tyree Nichols, talking about the last days where we living in known time. With frustration make you kill one of your own kind. I swear the devil busy, we in need of a savior. No accountability for these egregious behaviors. It's a whole list of names that could take up an album, but these stories I couldn't make up on the single they wildin'. When the white cop kill somebody colored, look at the power. When the black cop do it, they booked in 24 hours. Not saying one is right, both are wrong in my eyes, but this judicial system I would never say I'm surprised. White people storm the Capitol, no talk of dissent. There's no equality, no wonder why we all in defense. Got me screaming out for freedom, how long will we suffer? Hear the cries of a black man calling out for his mother. Twitter fingers gut wrenching, making her just a witness. Instead of graduating, we go in the gym and in dishes. Came a real long way and even further to travel. I'm tired of seeing innocent people get murdered in battle. We at war, a fight for my soul, good against evil. Education in a sense of direction for all my people, cause we lost. What will it cost? I'm down to pay it, cause no time is better than now. If I gotta say it, I'm beyond the picket signs, people marching the streets. It's in the book. Sometimes you got a war to get beat. How long will it take before our voices get heard and they start to pay us attention? This is getting absurd. On the run like a slave till a master come capture you. How about this? A million black people storm the Capitol, coming with a message yelling we gon' overcome. Ain't no peace, cause I promise that meat been overdone. It's crazy, man. Cause I can talk some blue in the face, man, but until we act, tell y'all, man. It start with the numbers, man. Numbers, you gotta have the heart to fight, man. If you willing to give up the fight. Real talk. When they talk about freedom, it start with the numbers, man. Numbers, you gotta have the heart to fight.
That was freedom of speech. A black coats. I for one, thank you. You know, for one, thank you, and we honor and salute you for taking the time to create within the time slot and time frame that you had. We just lost our brother Tyree, and he just had his funeral, and it's really a very fragile time. And you know, I don't know if you all remember when we started the Underground Music Review in 2020. But we were going through a tough time at that time too. So the the sensitivity and the compassion and being fragile to this topic is so heartfelt, not just heartfelt, but it's needed. And one of the lines that you wrote was "Black man crying out for his mother." Another line, "We need a savior." Another line, as I can keep on going, but let me elaborate. Let me go in. Okay, so if anybody has not joined our underground music review show, get ready for an experience. So the experience that you're going to get is a rating off of Field Beat Mix, and also if you have a video, so a total of 40 points, 10 at the best for each category. 10 for field, 10 for beat, 10 for mix, and 10 for video is the max that you can receive from our reviews that we review on each song. And I am committed to making sure that I give you what I have, okay? So let me give it to you. You ready? Thank you for having me. What I got was thank you. And what I got was the time is now. What I got was I need someone to hear me. What I got is please be available for us. Please listen to what we have to say. Please honor and respect and give us our dignity because we are beings, period. No matter if your color, no matter right now it's getting absurd. But what I got from Mr. Coates was hear me. Somebody help me. Somebody help us. And to elaborate, just like Mani was saying, when you have something, you have it because you were given it. And whatever you were given, you want to give. You didn't, I don't think anybody went or came into the world expecting to be rejected or expecting to be, oppressed and suppressed, right? No one came to get help in their mind. They're coming to help, to receive help, and in their mind they're like, okay, I automatically know you're not going to be there for me. No one. I don't think anybody in their right mind is in that space. But it feels like we're in that space, even when you're reaching for help, because it does seem like the security guards, the policemen are supposed to support you and to help you, but it doesn't look like that, right? So now what we have to move into is being our best selves and staying connected and staying united as best as we can. That's the Savior. The Savior is within. What are you going to do? And how many of you can do it? Who's going to do it? You see, Black Coach, you done pulled me all. Yes, man. You say yes, man. It's real. It's so real. I give the song a 30. I love the feel, I love the beat, and I love the mix. I love the message. The message is a part of the feel for me. I would love to continue to hear more, and obviously you've been working your tail off like you said, and keep up the good work. But I can go on and on. So, Mani, I'm going to give you the floor so he can give his review. You got to speak loud too, so Black Coast can hear you.
It was awesome. I love the message. I love the delivery. Everything flowed. And it was fact based.
Y'all hard it up and like it up for David.
It wasn't anything where it was like, there's nothing left on the floor to debate about what he said. Everything he said was factual.
Yes.
There wasn't, well, it could go like this. No, it was, he didn't go way off in the left field trying to, pull Black Lives Matter strings and stuff like that. He stated facts, stayed on the topic, and he knocked it out the park.
Nice job. Nice
I
job.
wish I heard the chorus at the end a little more when he was speaking, because it sounded like it faded in and out a little bit. But not trying to nitpick, it was awesome. The feel.
No, you ain't nitpicking because he might. There's something that it could have been.
Yeah,
It
and
could
I
have
don't
been
know.
something
Maybe
he was
maybe
saying.
he didn't hear it the way we heard it, perhaps. But for Phil, if I could give him more than 10, I would. Beat, I loved it. It
It
just
was sweet.
meshed together. It
It
was like
did.
macaroni and cheese. It was perfect. Um, the mix, I'm saying a 9 just because I didn't hear that part.
You
But
got a 9 for the mix.
that's only because I didn't hear the chorus part. Now, if
Yeah.
there was something, a reason, like maybe it was deliberate, then
Hmm.
okay, like
Hmm.
you said, if I may have heard something else is, and I'm like, okay, that's just how he does, so you can just kind of
Hmm.
get your brain going and
But you
thinking.
wanted to hear it more.
Because the song was so deep.
Yeah.
So I'm listening to the message. So when he talked, I'm like, what is he saying? I want to hear it. Okay, I
Yeah.
heard it go in and out, up and down.
Yeah.
But I was like, okay, you got me hooked. What is it? What is it? Matter of fact,
Yeah.
send me a message. I need to see it. No. But it, I mean, 29 is what I give it.
All right.
I absolutely loved it. And if he can come up with some more, I'd love to hear more.
Awesome sauce. So I gave 30. Monty gave 29. You all make sure that you share, like, subscribe. You're watching WJZZ Cool TV. You're watching the Lady Love and Kymani Underground Music Review with our special guest, co-host, Mr. Kymani. I call him Mani. So if you hear me say Mani, you're hearing Kymani. You can watch us on all streaming platforms. Make sure that you share this. So share with all of your family, all of your friends, so that they can come on. And if they have music that they want to get out, we are streaming and we are connected to the oldest radio station in the world in Detroit, Michigan. Y'all already know, the home of Motown, the home of music, the home of entertainment, period. So it's everybody is always watching. So this is the best place to be on WJZZ Cool TV. Send your music, send to LLMVHME@gmail.com if you would like to hear a review from me and Kymani. We would love to hear your music. You can also call into the station after 6:30 at 313-355-6018. You can follow me on all streaming platforms as well. Apple Music, Lady Love, Clear, and Elements. Those are my 2 songs. You will be able to hear what I'm doing. Follow me on ladylovemusic.com and also Lady Love Music on YouTube and Facebook as well. If you want to give your girl a nice little love gift Nicolette Nicola, Cash App, Nicolette Nicola. I would love your blessing. You can always sponsor anytime you want to. So we are going to play WWE 2K20. And this is, here, let's see. This is called Watch. Struggle featuring Ava Bonham. So you gave me a lot. Wait a minute. Is this a video? Wait a minute, hold on. Let me get this right. I think this is just called Struggle featuring Ava Bonham. Struggle featuring Ava Bonham. And the music is by D-Rail. Hey, D-Rail. What's going on, D-Rail? All right. We're going to get it to you. So that was Derail. And that song was called Struggle featuring Ava Bonham. Now, just so you all are aware, we also, um, you can also submit beats. So Derail has been with us for the last few years. Give a shout out to my brother. Heart it up and like it up for him. Um, but if you do submit a beat, we still rate it off of beat and mix, just so you are aware. But just because you don't hear lyrics, that doesn't mean we don't review a beat as well, because we do. So, Mine, I'm gonna let you take it away. You give me your opinion and give the world your opinion. What you felt about that beat? What did you pick up from it? How did you vibe from it?
Okay, so I got kind of a house music vibe from it. I'm personally not the biggest house fan, so I had to think of it from a perspective. I know people who are, so I think the mix was great.
Okay.
I liked the mix, and the beat. I could see, like at the techno fest or house, that being there, and I could see somebody into it, how they would feel that.
Okay.
So, like I said, I had to take myself out of my own box, and so I hope, like I said, I love everybody's creative energy. So
what would your rating be?
the feel, because it didn't just grab me, I gave it an 8.
Okay.
The beat, I liked the beat.
Okay.
But I didn't hear any. I know it was steady, but I didn't hear like
A lot of changes.
any. Yeah.
Okay.
So I gave it an 8,
Okay.
but the mix I gave it 10.
Okay.
So I
Okay.
gave it a 26.
Okay. So mine.
Derail, don't kill me.
No, Derail. Oh, Derail good. See, because that's what he does. He does beats.
Okay.
And some beats may have a little bit more extra. Some beats may not. Some beats may be made for somebody that just really wanted a very
Right, and like I said,
simplistic,
with the house music thing, like somebody who listens to house, and
Yep.
they'd sit there and probably say 30.
Yeah, you know why? Because I think, and that's a very good point, because if they say like they grabbed a beat and they didn't want too much on it, they want to put it on there.
Right.
While they're mixing, so
Right.
that people can hear their mix
And then,
more.
like you said, with somebody being on it, it might have been, So,
And that's why we do the show, because you can take a song, you can take something and dissect it in so many ways.
yeah, because you add so many variables. I mean,
So many
there's no
variables.
wrong thing with people's art.
Right.
know?
And that's why abstract is so amazing.
Exactly.
So your rating is phenomenal. My feel, I'll give the feel an 8 for me too. I liked the sound of it, but it didn't grab me. You know why it didn't grab me? Because and Hitman E and I were talking about this on a recent video, or recent show. We were elaborating that when you are in a space at that time, whatever space you're in. So when a producer, when your manager or whoever is in your creative world to help produce a song, or if it's just you, wherever you are at that time, that's what sound you're going to vibrate off of, and that's what sound and feeling you're gonna feel, and frequency, just to go more into it, and space that you're in. When you're there, you be able to feel it more. So you can be millions of people in that space and you can be like, oh yeah. But if you ain't in that space, if you lower, if you're a little bit higher, if you like, and then you're in a space to create a certain sound or different sound, and that sound grabs you because that's where you are, it's gonna grab you different. And that don't mean it's wrong or right. It's just it didn't grab you because that's not where you are, right? So it didn't grab me, like capture me, because in that space it was more of a techno, more of a boom to doom. And right now I'm not in that space. So I have to elaborate on what I feel right now. But if there were lyrics to it, I can take myself to a space because I can vibe with the lyrics to that sound. So then I can take myself back to where that was. So I don't have that. So Derail, you're gonna have to sell the song and connect it with somebody so they can write on it and then then resubmit it again. So, but I'll give the feel a 8 for me. The mix was great, 10 for me, and the field mix and the beat was 10. So I loved it. 28. Everything is great with 28. All right, moving along. So let's do this. We have one by Prescott, Missouri.
I'm looking for a way where a nigga ain't gotta struggle. I've been through them trenches, now nigga see a way where he ain't gotta hustle. Don't wanna be no trap, no trap dog. Have mercy on them niggas, Lord. I pray for 'em. I just wanna see a bag and enjoy and live life to the fullest with no noise. I came up in these trenches where it was a struggle living. Bitch, you ain't gotta feel me, I'm just speaking facts of realness. Down before being a witness, never crossing they niggas. I was taught just to get it, take it, stack it, and flip it. Property over business, value run up them numbers of friends, you don't need them feelings. Get them niggas a distance, yourself from being a witness. I done walked in that prison, feel the stank from the venom. Suffer snakes, they don't heal them. Suffer around on my business, loaded with tension. I don't trust in no niggas. See how envy breaks souls, but loyalty never fold. Like some of your friends did, maybe even candy, but you don't wanna kill them. Life like a wheel spin, they around when bills big. My nigga, I feel my nigga destroyed them demons. Avoid your reasons to live life and have me praying to Jesus that took my sins, but I'm still carrying this evil. I'm looking for a way where a nigga ain't gotta struggle. I've been through them trenches, now nigga see a way where he ain't gotta hustle. Don't wanna be no trap boy, no trap god. Have mercy on them niggas, Lord. I pray for 'em. I just wanna see a bag and enjoy and live life to the fullest with no noise. I just wanna see a way where a nigga ain't gotta struggle. I've been through them trenches, now nigga see a way where he ain't gotta hustle. Don't wanna be no trap boy, no trap dog. Have mercy on them niggas, Lord. I pray for 'em. I just wanna see a bag and enjoy and live life to the fullest with no noise. Time is ticking, that time ain't stopping no nigga. I'd rather be a wise boss than locked in the system. They fucking with my million, trying to break up my vision. Seeing like we were misunderstanding the story infant. Willing into my niggas, government issue killings. Wish I could come out and feel that job to be filled with tears. I've been through years of healing, standing in flames of peeling. Cause it purify every bone in my body. I'm looking for a way where a nigga ain't gotta struggle. I've been through them trenches, now nigga see a way where he ain't gotta hustle. Don't wanna be no trap boy, no trap dog. Have mercy on them niggas, Lord. I pray for 'em. I just wanna see a bag and enjoy and live life to the fullest with no
All right, that was Prescott, Missouri, and looking for a way. I got out of that very like you could hear his cry out. You could hear him wanting a new way, a new way to live. Like he was tired of the way he used to live, so he was tired of his routine. You could get stuck in a routine, and that routine can take you to a place where you really don't want to be. It could take you to a place where you really don't want to go. And once you're in there, you're trying to figure your way out, and it's like, oh my God, you're drowning. You trying to find help. You like, somebody get me out of here. I'm tired of noise. I just wanna, I wanna coast. I wanna have my bag, and I wanna do me, and I wanna be happy, and I just want he want all the chains to be broke. He want all those barriers to be moved. He wants to all of everything that's weighing down. Trying to get rid of that. Let's get rid of the old. Out with the old and in with the new. Let's think of a better way. It's time. It's time away from all of the extracurricular. What you take from it, Armani?
What you just said, I did get that. I got a feel of, yeah, you like where I've stayed on a house off of 6 Mile where it's 5 houses on the block. I get that. So I understood what he was saying. I wish he would have told more of a story about it. About like, struggle is so vague and broad. So what's going on? What do you want to do? What's going, like, I guess I was looking more
Of a storyline.
of a date.
Like
Yeah.
a plot and
A
the
day
whole
by,
thing.
just a little bit, but I got it. I definitely got it. And
You
but
wanted
that-
to hear more depth.
just more, that's exactly what I wrote down. I wanted just a little bit more depth, because it seemed like as soon as it started to go that way, then the chorus would come. And then it was like, it was about to get deep, and it was like, oh man, I was like,
You really want to hear it.
I wanted to hear, like, talk about what struggle, like, I mean, being in, I mean, even if I'm in the trap house wearing the same clothes 3 days, or ain't took a shower, nothing, ain't bathed, whatever. Just
Yeah.
let me know, ramen noodles. I mean, expand on your struggle, 25-cent juices and quarter bags of I mean,
Man.
just kind of making a visual, because I think
Yeah.
a lot of it, with no matter what line it goes, whether it was like the one we just heard, which, to backtrack, I'd love to cook to that. Like, I would love to play that while I was cooking. But, like...
Well, that's a good thing, Prescott. He want to cook to your sound.
No. The other one we just did.
Looking for a way?
Ava Bonham and
No,
Derail.
we just did.
No, I was saying the Derail one.
Oh, the derail
Yeah,
one.
I'd
You
love
want to
to
cook to
I'd
that
love
one?
to cook that one. But
Got
what I'm
it.
saying about Prescott, I did like it.
Okay.
I like his sound. I think the mix was great. The feel, like I said, it didn't grab me immediately. But it did keep me interested. It kept my attention, kept me. But like I said, I would just personally would have added a little bit more story to it,
Storyline, yeah.
Barbecue grill on the front porch, cars
Yeah,
in the front
yeah.
yard. So, I mean,
Now, you know what? So Prescott is one that has been following us too.
Okay.
Since 2020. When you hear, so you can go on all of his platforms. So Prescott, make sure you put your information in the comment section. Everybody, make sure you like, follow, subscribe, and share, so that everybody can hear what's going on and they can be a part of this community. You already know World introduces World. Lady Love brings the heat to them. Lady Love Heat, Hitman E, and our amazing guest co-host Kymani. We want to make sure that you can get your music reviewed. And you're watching WJCZ Cool TV, the livest, hottest jazz radio station in the world, oldest jazz station in the world. You can watch on Facebook, you can watch on Twitter, you can watch on Twitch, you can watch on YouTube, all the streaming platforms. I have to make sure I tell everybody that, because you guys got to come on and connect with us. And we want to hear what you got to say. But no, you want to hear people's stories because when someone else can hear your story, they'll be better.
Right.
Or they can relate to you and you can save someone. You know, each one reach one.
Right.
But so many people feel alone. You know, they feel alone like, dang, you know what? Is anybody else going through this? But, you know, or am I the only one? You know, and it's an awesome thing to be able to, and it's a encouraging and courageous act to be able to express yourself and to be able to tell your story in some kind of way. And we always say you have to start. You have to start. You got to get it out of you. If you can get it out of you, you can hear it and you can do something about it. If you get it out of you and you share with somebody like, oh my God, I want you to hear this because I'm so excited or whatever, and you share with 50 people, one of those people going to hear something. Somebody's going to reach out, you know, some kind of way. Because that's just how it works. That's just how it works. You put it out, it's going to come back. You know, but if you don't get it out of you, how can it come back, right? But we really want to hear, just tallying off of what Kymani said, we really want to hear more of what you would say or what you experienced in looking for a way, looking for a better way. We want to hear what that better way would be and what you came out of to have a better way. Now, what I will say it can kind of be a little challenging because depending on what it is, depending on what it is, and sometimes it can be a little, you can get like writer's block, or you can get kind of like, okay, let me wait on that because I really don't know what angle I want to go in to elaborate a little bit more on this song, because you could really take it somewhere, you know. What you think about that? You just rocking. Kymani just rocking his head like, yeah.
Because you're absolutely right. I mean, I remember I used to put pen to paper and I would sit there and I'd ball stuff up, and then I'd sit there and read it back and I'd scribble stuff up, and then I'd sit there and be like, is this finally it? And then I'd rewrite it after I did all my scrabble, and I'm like, okay. And then I do read it again and I'm like, you know what? Let me scratch that out and do it. So it's like the main thing is get it out.
Just get it out.
Get it out and then come back and then trim the fat.
Oh my
and then
goodness.
come back again. You're going to find out. And then you're going to say, well, I can add this in here. And I can do that. And
it's so beautiful.
But like you said, you have to start.
Just
you have to,
start.
you know, take that first step. And it's going to, like, it's a process, like you said.
It's a process.
You know, and
it's a beautiful process.
Hats off to everybody, whether we get the chance to hear everything tonight or
Turn it up and like it up for y'all. I know you guys are still submitting your music. I know I may not be able to play everything, but heart it up and like it up. Heart it up and like it up. We definitely will make sure. Hey, what's up, Smoke Joe? Hey, y'all, smoke in the building. Smoke in the building. But no, we would love to hear from you. If you want to chat, give us a call, 313-355-6018. The lines are open, 313-355-6018. I am so glad that you elaborated what you just elaborated, Monty. Because when you start and you get it out, and just like you wanted Prescott to, you know, give a little bit more depth, you just gave some depth in your process when you were writing and balling up. You were doing a 5 heartbeat move. You know, throwing stuff away like, oh my God. But then when somebody picks up the sound, when his little sister, she starts singing, you're like, wait a minute, let me go get that paper, sing this, and put a whole song together.
And I think sometimes you have, I mean, it's like, what am I going for? And it's like, all right, is this a sing-song type? Is what I'm going after? Or is it this,
Is
or
it a
is
rap?
that?
Is it a
And
poem?
I don't know. I mean, for somebody to write it and get it out first go round and it'd be a hit, I think you'd be hard pressed to find somebody who could just sit down and be like, here it is, right there. I mean, I'm not saying it's not. I mean,
It can happen.
it definitely can. I mean, everybody's different. Just because I can't do it doesn't mean it's something. I'd never take that away from somebody. What's for them is for them. And what's for me is for me.
Yep.
Just because I might have to write it 20 times compared to your one, that doesn't mean that my 20 wouldn't get me a platinum, whatever,
Honey,
where yours
might not. It used to be
you
gold.
can't sell out the trunk at a gas station, whatever.
But they took it right away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think when you throw your art out on the canvas for everybody to see it, you have to be open to the criticism that may come with it. When you start, like I tell people all the time, you can't mix logic and emotion. That's like water and oil. It doesn't go together.
Oh, I love that. You can't, hold on, did y'all hear that? You can't mix logic and emotion.
Right.
Say it again.
It will never go together. Logically, I don't. You love it because it's yours. That's your emotion. But you have to also be logical and realize it's not mine, and I can say what I feel about it. Don't get emotional and get upset about it. That's where you have to stay logical and say, you know what, maybe, let me see. And artists usually are the most open-minded people. The more successful, the more open-minded you are to being receptive to criticism,
Everything.
compliments, everything.
Yeah.
And you
That's
really
real.
have to. It's the biggest changes that have come to me were learning to accept criticism. And when that happened, I was like, it made me a better man.
Wow.
And
Okay. Hey, Rich, what you doing? Where you been at? You been on my life, Rich. Smoke, you tried to call. Let me see what's going on. We still have a few people trying to call, and let's see how the lines are gonna go. Yeah, the producers are working on it. So if you try again, try to call in, Smoke. The lines are open. Okay, but yes, that's so like, oh my goodness. I mean, you hitting it. You hitting it, Money. You hitting it.
Every once in a while, I get lucky.
You did. You look up because it's good to look up every once in a while. But being
Better
open,
be lucky than good.
but being able to be open, the more you experience. It's the more that you experience and the more you're courageous to be that diamond to be pressed. You're pressed when you get the criticism. You're pressed when you don't get a phone call. You're pressed when you don't get picked. You're pressed when you hear no all the time. You're pressed when, you put your all into something and then you lose it. And then you try it again and then you lose it. And then you try it again and then you lose it. But then you keep going. But that's your pressing. That's your, I'm being open. I'm open to criticism. And the more you're open, just like Monty said, the more you're open, the better you become, because then you'll hear more ideas. You'll see why you didn't get the first opportunity. You'll see why you didn't get picked. You'll see why you were hard on yourself because you were in a space that you needed to deal with and you weren't making some decisions, right? It's a whole bunch of things, a whole bunch of levels and layers that you can look at the more you remain open. See, y'all done opened up a book, so I'm going in the book and I'm writing on my canvas. I hope you appreciate it. I know you do. I know you do. So you know what? This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to play this song, and I would love your feedback to this song. The song is called 21 Feet.
This song is dedicated to you, and only you. You know who you are. Never knew how much I loved you. Never knew how much I cared. 'Cause when you wrapped your arms around me, you gave me fever that was hard to bear.
30 hertz straight up.
You gave me fever. Even like that.
Go ahead. He trying to take. He couldn't even get his words out. I
Listen,
was trying.
somebody gonna get pregnant off that song. No,
He
uh,
said somebody gonna get pregnant.
I
Did y'all hear him? Certainly certified. Certainly certified. Certainly certified. Thank you for joining.
that I like that.
Yeah.
It was really like low key, just a chill vibe, and it left me wanting to hear more. I liked how the beat right when I was sitting there like, okay, I like the beat, but it was kind of it took a up.
It took you on a wave.
Yeah, it went. I was like, okay, it switched up on me right when I was like, I liked it. I liked it. I liked it. It really was like relaxing. Like it put me on some y'all ring gang yo type shit. I mean, I like it. It just,
He said it
I mean, it put
took
me in
him
like,
in a very meditative state.
yeah, it did. I mean, Sorry, Prescott, they took me out the struggle into meditation. No, I'm just-
took you out the struggle to joy.
right. No, I'm just, but
Raise it up.
so for Phil, I gave it a 9, which actually was a 10 because I like the way it made me feel. The beat, I gave a 9. The mix, I thought it was really good. I gave it a 10, so I gave it a 29, which,
Nice.
and like I said, it left me wanting to hear, like, okay, what else? I want to hear some.
He said somebody will give. Well, whoever made that song did a good job.
Yeah, they doing somebody once that gets out and somebody will put that on repeat and somebody's going 9 months later be
Somebody gonna be like, guess
popular.
what? I remember this song. So that song was yours and truly, your lady love. That was your girl, and Hitman E actually mixed and helped produce the song. The beat was by an amazing beat maker. I forgot who actually did the beat, but we pay homage to him. But your girl did that one, and that was one of the songs that I created between 2019 and 2020, and it was during COVID. It was during the heat of it, and it was I think it was right before. It was like between the end of 19. It was like October to December-ish, right before COVID really got going. And I'm going to give you a little bit about it, and then we're going to close. But I wrote that song because I was going to the casino, and I called that song 21 Fever, Blackjack. So the lyrics say, why do I feel like wanting to come down here? How do I feel like I want to come back with more? So I took, never knew how much I love you. I took that and I fused it together because I started to love the feeling that I would get from something unknown. But with that, I learned myself and learned that a habit and being in rotation of a habit and ritual of a habit, the ritual meaning routine of what you're feeling, and always want to get a certain feeling from something that you think is tangible. No, that comes from you. So you got to learn to be happy and comfortable with you. And that's why I wrote that song. So it was basically coming from that place. Hello, Sister Queen Nancy, I love you. So it was coming from that place. But yes, you are watching WJZZ Cool TV, the livest, hottest radio jazz station in the world. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, all of the beautiful streaming platforms. We would love to hear from you. Please make sure you like. Please make sure you share and follow and subscribe to WJZZ Cool TV. Also, subscribe to Lady Love Music. Follow. Make sure you connect with your girl every Friday at 6 o'clock p.m. You will be able to get your music review. So put your request in. We have a lot of music that have been submitted, and we will go in order. So the more that you send, the more chances you'll get to get your music played. And you all know how we do. We are all over the world. We are representing from Africa, Switzerland, all over Texas, Missouri, Prescott, Missouri. You already know where he's from. Florida, Georgia. You all know who you are. You guys have been rocking with us for 2 years, and make sure that you come on and join your girl. And we would love to hear it. And pay homage, give a shout out, love on my feature co-host, Kymani, Kymani, Kymani. You will see him more and more and more. We're glad that you joined us today. We can't wait to see you again next week at 6 o'clock, baby. At 6 o'clock, baby. Monty, give him some love before we close.
Thank you guys for having me. Thank you for having me. It was my pleasure, and thanks everybody for having the courage to send stuff in. And I look forward to doing it again. I had a ball.
And we are out. Peace.
I have to get my OnlyFans out so they can see my feet.
All right, y'all. Take care. See you next week.